Yay!
Sunday party! Well, between all of us, we've been busy doing things. Gosh darn it, what else have we been for? And of course, we have a Sunday party because it's done during the week. But, yeah, you guys are further ahead of me on anything. Because I very deliberately pushed you that forward so that you guys could have just as much to do with the Tuesday group. So there. So, you guys are currently on board the deck of the amazing boat. Oh, where did the cool picture go? Oh!
It was stolen.
I'll move it into one of the other chats.
Okay.
You can have the packer back.
You look good, you good. Anyway, so you're on board the ship Jollyboat, which is manned by two brothers. You've got, oh, look at the little Penya.
We're never going to get this game going.
We've lost our DM.
Give me just 1 minute.
Sorry, I broke her.
Okay, I'm back.
Go and eat some goddamn thing that isn't bamboo and breed, you stupid black and white git.
Don't you be cruel to it.
And the easiest
Anyway, so you guys met the brothers, or claim to be brothers, who are in a band called Jollyboat on the good ship Jollyboat. You've got the halfling, who is short with black poofy hair and says his name is Tommy, and you've got his brother, who is a half-orc, very tall, long floofy hair, playing the guitar. His name is Ed. And they say that for passage on their ship Jollyboat, all they require from you guys is to listen to their material, because they're sick of being pirates and they'd like to try their hand at being bards. And they've written loads of songs about their experience in the world. And if you listen to it and give them feedback and constructive criticism before they go on tour, they'll give you a ride to Risha for free on their boat, which you all agree to.
Sweet.
Some, yes, begrudgingly.
Yeah.
Do we have...
Because I don't think I was there for that session. I assume Marissa was incredibly enthusiastic.
Arissa is incredibly enthusiastic.
Quick metagaming question to ensure that we don't die this session. Does anybody have the spell Silence to stop guests from actually giving feedback?
Ah, shit, no, I don't.
Well, they did say constructive criticism is appreciated, so you don't necessarily have to give good criticism.
I mean,
No, but
worst
it's
comes to
just-
worst, I could just use gust of wind to blow her overboard.
Rude.
I said worst comes to worst.
That would be amazing to see. Please do that.
Oh, it's almost sad.
Well, we'll
what
see.
Marissa just put. So to cheer everybody up, I have included the link, which you can all look at later. This is the link to Jollyboat. They have very kindly given me permission to use their likenesses for characters, art of which will be incoming for next session. Not very
Wait.
much,
There we go.
but an attempt.
Rosie,
Yes.
I just clicked open their Facebook and it says Bards Against Humanity, and just for that pun I'd now
Yes.
am torn between liking them and hating them.
They are.
Love
Because of
them,
the pun.
love them for the pun.
Yes.
It's
Yeah, and it's to do with Cards Against Humanity. I like that, so okay.
They are fabulous and marvellous, and I cannot give enough shout-outs to Jollyboat. You guys will probably hear a little bit of their work today, but most of it I'll be saving for when we've got the whole gang together. So I'll give you
Cheerio.
some snippets and some song titles that you can be listening to. So, for now, you're on board the deck, and you've agreed to their terms, so the ship has been setting off, and they are heading out of the harbour and off into the wide open ocean. You've got wind in your sails, and it's daytime, and it's all quite nice. So they gather you on the deck, and they point you towards where the cabins are, which are on the other end of the ship. So you've got the captain's cabin bit at the back where they are staying, but you've got some other cabins towards the front, and they point you towards those. They will take all of you in one large room. You've got bunks and hammocks and barrels and a comfy floor, whichever you would like to sleep on. I'm going to go ahead and say that Kess immediately just takes the bed for herself and sits on it.
That's fine, hammocks are more comfortable.
This is true. And if the ship is moving, I maintain a hammock would be a better thing to be in because you'll just, stay upright.
I think so too. And it kind of rocks naturally with how the ship's moving. So suits me fine.
Can you tell I play a pirate in my other D&D campaign? Anyway, so yes, there's a free spot for a little.
Wrong word. I got the wrong character in my head.
A tiny little pixie. Yes, there's plenty
Solved.
for a tiny little pixie. There's some little like throw pillows and stuff. They're a bit grubby, but that will be perfectly comfy for you to sleep.
Nice. I claim one of those.
All right. So they show you around and they say, right, so there aren't many rules on board this ship. As you know, we're fun, we're friendly, we're jolly boat, but we won't perform for you today. We'll let you get settled and enjoy the journey. Make sure none of you get seasick. Can be a bit awkward. We do have some seasick tablets if anyone starts to suffer. But we will say we have only one thing you should be aware of, which is please do not disturb the hold and anything and anyone in it. So the deck, everything up here is good. You can climb the rigging, go hang out in the crow's nest if you want. There's a seagull called Perry. He hangs around a little bit. Sometimes he's quite fun. But yeah, so the deck and up here is all good. We will bring food out onto the deck and stuff for meal times. Yeah. So just that'll be the one thing. Just don't go in the hold. All right. We'll get settled. We'll be and the person who's talking to you right now is Tommy, the halfling, and he is sort of bouncing around and says, "So I'll go check on Ed at the wheel. If I can be of any more service to you, let me know. I will see you later. We might do a spot of cloud spotting later. Have a look over the edges. Might spot some merfolk if you're lucky. They tend to hang about in the waters near Risha. They're quite friendly. They are. Always get a nice wave or two. And if they're feeling cheerful, they sometimes give us a little show, like a bit like dolphins. Sometimes, they sort of bounce around in the water and things. Can you pet them? If they let you. I mean, they've been pretty friendly to us. Ed has always said that he's had an encounter with a mermaid before. Not sure if I believe him. We've risked our necks through sirens and rocks and things, but never been lucky enough to get with a mermaid. So I think he's saying porkies. But Noodles is looking over at the side of the water. Yeah, he'll lead you sort of back out onto the deck, and it's quite a tall ship, so it's quite a long way down into the water.
Watch out, Needles. That's wet.
Yeah, you don't want to go falling over there. It takes a long time to get you back out the water if we have to do a man overboard. We might do a quick drill so we can practice it at some point, but other than that, you guys are free to just hang about. I'll be up there with Ed. I'll see you guys in a bit. And he sort of hops up the steps and goes and sits by the wheel. And he takes over steering while Ed is strumming on a guitar, and they're both you catch some snippets of songs which I will occasionally post in the chat.
Rosie?
Yes.
So the one thing they told us is not to go into the hold, right?
Yes.
Oh, here we go.
Is there like a gap that I could
say
look
that Enna is probably going to say no.
Is there like a little hole that I could look through, or like a gap between two planks? I'm not entering the hold yet.
There's a
technically.
There's two hatches. There's one large hatch which is covered over by a grate, which looks like it's used to when they lift up any provisions that are going down into the hold. So they move the grate and then things get lowered on ropes and lifted up. And there's also like a trapdoor hatch with a big ring pull that's built into the wood of the deck, which you can lift up, and then there'll probably be some steps down.
Well, which someone could lift up, probably not me.
Maybe not.
I want to look through the grate that's over the one hatch.
Okay, roll a perception check.
Yeah, that's 18.
Okay. You look down and you see a darkened undercarriage bit. You see a lot of barrels and things in sort of like in storage. And you can see off to the back end of the room, there's a darker section. And you can see what looks like 2 long, sort of square-shaped boxes, like rectangular shaped-ish.
So nothing like specifically interesting.
Well, if you wanted to look at anything in more detail, I'll let you roll again.
Nah. I'll just like tag along with the party for now.
I'll also point out that you can fit through the grate on this bit because it's like slatted metal grates. So technically, as a pixie, you can fit down.
That's good to know. I might have to pay a visit.
Okay. Meanwhile, what would everyone else like to do on deck?
I guess I'll go and see if I can find some food.
I am so singing these lyrics now to myself, and it's just like amazing.
I will give you the snippet for one of their songs, which is I kissed a gull and I liked it, the taste of digested catfish. I kissed a gull just to try it. I was lonely in my crow's nest. It felt so wrong when it used its tongue. Then it pecked me and stole my sandwich. Real lyrics from real Jollyboat, guys. Alright, so Belgrath, you are hunting down food. Where would you like to go and have a look for some food?
Well, I imagine the kitchen would probably be a good place to start.
The galley, dear.
Fine. The galley. I'll go and look for food.
Ooh, food. I'll tag along.
Barrack is showing.
Errol, your barrack is showing.
What's a varric?
Don't ask.
Arista gets very sad.
Ah.
I think she's going to go up to the crow's nest.
Aww.
Okay.
Go up to the crow's nest and cry salty tears.
Literally. Arissa, could you please make me a athletics check to climb up there?
Okay. 21.
Fine, you climb up there with no issues.
You basically jump up.
Yeah, she climbs on up and it's pretty fun. And you are now hundreds of feet up in the air, and you have a needle sort of stood scratching his head looking up at the bottom, and just at the crow's nest. A particular seagull does fly around. And occasionally he will sit just on the edge of the crow's nest and sort of settle himself and look around with you. You've got many sails beneath you, and you can see the 2 Bardic brothers of the wheel laughing and composing themselves and steering the ship. And all around you, you can see the disappearing land of Wilson, and all along the coast you can see dark and dismal and grey overshadowed land of Travis. And very far from the distance, you see something green glittering. It might be your imagination.
Can I pet the seagull?
Roll animal handling.
Probably not.
You go to pet the seagull, and it squawks at you, and it flutters off and flies around your head for a moment.
It's now being annoying. Go na 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 na.
Alright, so Elizabeth is up in the crow's nest. Needles is watching her. Errol is deciding what he's doing, and Belgarath, you are finding the galley. Well, the galley here is down a set of steps that are in the same section of the ship as your sleeping quarters. So you head on down those and you find a small kitchen. It doesn't appear to have anybody in it at the moment, but there is a lot of scraps and there's some stuff on
On the table, you said?
Yes, there's like some bread and some scraps and some really little things. It looks like maybe some things being cut up and prepared for some food, but there isn't actually a meal yet.
Okay. I'll quickly call to see if there's anyone there. Hello? Okay, well then I'm going to go in and find some bread, cheese and a bit of meat.
You find all of those fairly quickly, like on the menu. Are you going to make a sandwich or are you just going to sort of nom nom nom?
I'm going to make me a big sandwich.
Alright! Belgraph rolls for a sandwich. So at this point, you're probably about half an hour into your journey. Could everybody please roll me a constitution check? Not a save, just a check.
Okay. Oh dear.
Me too?
Yes.
What was it, sorry?
Constitution.
Constitution. Okay, that's fine.
Just to check that it's
Are you checking if we're getting seasick?
Yeah.
Constitution, and I'll just double check the needles sheet wherever I've seen it.
Yeah, excuse me.
I'd like to think that flying, you're less affected by the boat moving.
Just a little bit, although you still have to sort of, you've still got like the boat moving around you, so it could like disorientate you in the air a little bit.
True. And I reckon that I'd fly at least once into like the mast because it moved.
Yes. Okay, so Arissa and Belgraph and potentially Needles as well. Arissa and Belgraph, you feel a little seasick today.
Oh no.
There you go. So Needle's got a 14.
Okay, Needles, you're okay. You feel a little bit sort of funny. Belgraph, could you roll me a second? Could you roll a Constitution save this time, Belgraph?
Constitution save.
Yes, please.
Okay. Oh Christ.
I bet it's good.
No, it is not.
Well done.
Okay, well, that really lovely sandwich you enjoyed, you throw it back up almost.
Yay!
The
That's
good thing
That was
is
good. That was good use of time.
the good thing is you can now enjoy the sandwich again.
Ew.
Nope.
Okay.
Someone get me some orange drink.
Too bad you're alone.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not cleaning up the kitchen.
Just back out and pretend you weren't there. So, Arissa and Belgraph, you've got dexterity disadvantages for today, just because you're trying to move about on the ship and it's making you feel a bit...
Oh God, I'm even worse at dexterity than usual.
Hey, I told you when you got all those 3 points you should have made yourself better at something you were bad at, but oh no, I want to be a Super Saiyan.
Well, yeah, obviously.
It's okay,
Who in the planet of hell would choose being average at something over being amazing at something else?
Yeah, that's very true, I suppose.
So is that a -1 to my dex score or my modifier?
No, it's a disadvantage when you're rolling it.
Oh right, yeah, okay.
It's worse than just a -1 to your score.
Yeah, I understand.
It's rolling a net 20 and not using it.
Unless I roll 2 nat 20s.
Fair, but if you do, we're all going to be proud of you because that is difficult.
While Needle is having you decide about what he's doing, Ariel, you do me a perception check, but you don't need disadvantage because you've got dark vision, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Wait, do I?
I was sure Pix was here. If not, do it at disadvantage.
No, if not, I don't have it, which means I cast Black Candle.
Ooh, okay.
That instantly creates light coming from a point that I touch. So what I touch is my scimitar, and I just hold it out like a torch.
Very nice. Alright, then just roll without disadvantage.
That's 16 plus modifier makes.
Needles, roll me an athletics check, please. And what's your total error?
23.
Okay. So you're flying about into the room, and you see there's barrels of mead, you see there's lots of stock, there's like food and dried rations and things, there's a few boxes with musical instruments in. It's the sort of place that Fifi would have an absolute fortune. And there's like rolled up carpets and things. There looks
Wait,
like
look. Didn't the bard seem upset when she climbed up the thing?
Did she? Oh, I was barely paying attention.
Arisa, did you seem particularly sad?
Not particularly, but
Okay.
a little bit sad.
She has been a little bit sad for a while. Like, as long as you've known her, Arissa's had an air of a little bit sad about her.
Yeah, but the thing is that this is still a human, so that's like if she looked particularly sad, even Errol would have gone like, "No, I like this human. She needs to be happier."
Maybe you can tell her the adventures of the whole battle chicken.
Yeah, that's why I'm debating casting a spell quickly.
That was athletics, right? Wasn't it? Ooh, interesting.
I want to cast Congress of Shadows.
Okay.
Here's a link to the spell, just so you know what I'm casting. It's
That's
basically
fine.
message, but up to 2 miles without line of sight.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm guessing you're passing it to Arissa. What would you like to
Yep.
say?
I'd like to tell her, maybe you should come check out the hole. There's like lots of musical instruments here. I bet you'd have fun here.
Ooh. Arissa perks up a little bit.
Meanwhile, Needles, you get several feet in rungs up the rigging, and the ship sort of sways a little bit and rocks on the ocean, and you get your elbow stuck, so you're now hanging by an elbow and a foot stuck in the rigging, and you're going to have to manoeuvre yourself out.
He's confused and he's sort of flailing a little bit.
Belgarath, you come out of the kitchen, and you look out and you see this mess occurring.
Right,
Needles
okay.
About 10-15 feet in the air, like stuck in the rigging essentially.
I've still got a delicate tummy, so I'm just kind of going to lean against a wall and just watch how things go down for a bit.
Okay.
I just held. I'm not feeling up for anything at the moment.
No, that's fine. You can watch from that. You do notice that you can't see Errol.
Okay.
I'm going to say that Emma has gone up onto the bow of the ship and is making friends with other seagulls.
Because of course she is.
Well, why not? Alright, so I will jump back to Ariel. So you keep going in the hold and go into the darker corner bit. It looks like it's been partly sealed off because there's little port windows all around, sort of round ones that you get in ships, and the ones in this back area have been covered over with dark fabric sheets, so it's completely black at this end of the ship. It's like right under where the captain's cabin is, it's right at the back, and it's all been blacked out and there's no sight to the outside well, and you see the edges of the two long box shapes you can see, and as you come closer you notice that they're not quite rectangular, they are coffins.
They're coffins.
I'm gonna disengage my what was it called? My black candle, so that it gets dark again instantly.
Yep.
And I'm just gonna get the fuck out of there. Also, I'm gonna still use that Congress of Shadows for the messaging thing.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna yell out to her, maybe you shouldn't go to the hold.
What?
And then I'm gonna go back up to the actual floor, and I'm just gonna laugh at Needles as he's hanging there helplessly.
Okay. Belgarath, could you do a perception check?
Perception check. I'm going to be using my other D20 now because my first has been quite.
Rosie,
Yes.
if that's versus me coming out of the hold,
Oh, fucking A.
Yes.
I'm not stealthing anymore.
Okay. Good to know.
So it's not that 39.
Nat 20, very good. Okay, Belgarath, even through your oh Christ, I wish this boat would stop swaying moment, you do spot that Ariel reappears and he has flown out of the hold.
He's flown out of the hold.
Yeah, the place you were told what to do.
Right. Okay. Is
Needles
he
decides
anywhere
that the
near
rigging
me?
is not fun and has started climbing down the rigging upside down.
Spider climb. Spider.
Is Errol anywhere near me, Rosie?
Yeah, he's like in the middle of the deck laughing at he's laughing at Needles, who has now taken 4 points of damage as he falls out of the last 5 meters of the rigging. But you are now back
that's
on the
gonna
deck.
Right. Okay. So I think the sound cut out. Did Arissa and Errol go down to the hold?
No, Arissa is still up in the crow's nest unless she decides she wants
Right.
to come down. Ariel
I think
just seen fly up out of the hatch to the hold.
In a slight panic.
Right. Okay. I'm going to go over and see if I can attract his attention and ask just what the hell he was doing. Just what the hell he was doing down in the hold.
There's nothing there, but maybe we should heed their advice and not go there. That's a good idea, I think.
Okay. And why would you? And what makes you say that? You look like you've seen a ghost.
You have no idea how close that is to the truth, but maybe we shouldn't mention it.
Why?
I'm on my way down.
Alright, do me an athletics check to find them down.
Let's see how well this goes.
Because there's scary shit there, and I don't really want them killing us.
Who's going to be killing us?
Thems.
Them?
I'm doing well. I got a 20, but not natural.
Okay, yeah, Arissa bounces down the rigging and bounces past Needles, who's sat on the floor, and Arissa sort of lands next to him. In the time it takes Needles to sort of shake his head and sit up and start to stand up from the floor and start rubbing his nose, Arissa has bounced all the way down and landed next to him ugh!
Hello, Needles.
Hello. Okay.
Well, anyway, so back to the matter at hand. What did you see?
Scary stuff. Weren't they? Well, they're good because they're human death boxes, but they're not good because that's often a bad thing. Except when it's humans in them, but that means the humans are dead, and that's good.
Right, human death boxes.
Am I with them right now?
Yes, you're left with the
You mean coffins?
Is that what they're called? They're those the death boxes that they go in after they die.
Yeah, those
Yeah,
are called
coffins.
Ah, close.
So what you're telling me is that down below there's just a whole bunch of coffins. Or
It's
just
very
some sort of
dark.
funeral
Tell me
ship.
there were instruments.
Yeah, also, but that was on the other end. I had to go take a look, and yeah, that on the one end there was like lighting, and there were like lights coming from the side, and there were instruments, and then on the other side it was all dark, evil, dark, and there was also like death boxes, coffins. That was it. Does that mean that they have dead humans here? Because then I like these people.
Well, I mean, I guess...
No, you're the one good human.
Thank you.
Well, I suppose, I mean, it's a little weird that they've got a whole bunch of coffins down below, but it's, not anything bad, I suppose, so...
They're on pedestals. Wait, were they on pedestals, Rosie?
They were elevated off the floor, yes.
Is that like floating, or...?
Not floating, no. They were sort of like on their own, like a fancy table, like the height of a coffee table as they were lifted off the floor.
They were really high, but that might be because I'm not the biggest. But they were really high.
Right. Okay, well, even so, doesn't seem that bad to me, so I'm content to just leave them to whatever... I'm going to assume necrophiliac, but I'm not going to... Sorry, what was that?
Ill. She was expressing disgust.
Well, anyway, whatever it is, I'm just going to say we leave them to it.
Okay. Maybe Needles could go ask. Say that he went to the hold.
But they expressly told us not to go to the hold, so that will just piss them off.
Fair, and we still need... Do we still need them?
Well, do you know how to... do you know how to steer a ship?
I know how to float a ship.
Right, but do you know how to steer a ship?
Well, there's that spinny bit. Maybe that helps.
Right, I'm going to take that as a no.
We could all stand on one side to make it heavier and like make it steer to that side, and then run to the other side to steer back. Is that how it works?
A weird sort of flashback that isn't hers. I don't think I should drive.
No, I agree.
It's alright, she didn't crash into the Tower of Tests.
Yeah,
No,
speaking
I was
of
thinking
the
about Tuesday, Arissa.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of the tower, Pixie, I swear to God, you will leave the crew alone, otherwise I'll be finding out just exactly what this bag of devouring I got at the Tower of Tests actually does, because I haven't actually tried it out yet.
Wait. Why? What can't I do to the crew? Be specific, please.
Anything that would stop them from steering the boat.
But that could be fun. Maybe I could show them a card trick.
Pixie, if you thought being stuck in a jar was not a lot of fun, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that me sticking you in the back of devouring is probably going to be even less fun.
I still want to
No.
I think I picked the dagger. I mean, you're not exactly strong. You know what? No, I'm waiting with this.
I was just waiting to see what people were typing. Look, just leave the crew alone. Don't do anything weird to them. I just want to get to Risha so we can carry on with this whole business, whatever it is.
What's a Risha? Is there forests there?
Yes. It's the homeland of the elves. Don't you know anything?
Don't be so mean.
I don't really care for the bigger sizes, and I mean they're annoying, and I mean humans are the worst. They stole me from my homelands. There were forests there too.
Well, Risha is basically one big forest, so I'm sure you'll find somewhere to be happy or whatever it is you do there.
It's beautiful there.
I mean, it's
Ooh,
alright.
I want to see it. Can
Well,
we go there?
and just let the crew steer the ship.
Maybe I can ask them to teach me to steer the ship.
I'm
No,
gonna ask
don't.
if they've got a piano on board.
Well, I could take another look, but there's also the human death boxes.
I'd say leave the death boxes alone.
I'm just going to ask. I'm not going to go look. But if they take me down there, then so be it. Anyway, piano!
You know what? Fine. Go
I'll trot
yourselves.
along. I'll fly along to ask them if I could steer the ship, if they could teach me.
Yeah, I'm gonna go find someone to ask about piano. Probably the 2 pirate bards.
Alright. So you head up to where the steering wheel is, both of you. Tommy, the little one, the halfling, is currently steering the ship. He's actually standing with his bottom feet on the bottom of the massive wheel and holding onto the top, sort of swaying.
It's called the
every so
helm,
often.
Rosie.
Okay, fine. But he's still there.
Well, I was corrected on the galley, so if we're using the correct nautical terms...
Not by me, you weren't. Anyway.
Yeah, well, Gina hasn't made a mistake on the ship yet, so, you know, I wanted to pass it on.
Oh, okay. Well, he has stood on the wheel, a massive wheel, and he's stood on the bottom of it, and he's like swaying it from side to steer it. He's not stood there turning it, he's like balancing on it. And Ed is strumming on the guitar, and you hear a few notes of a song that begins, "We are merry minstrels, we've seen dungeons, we've seen dragons, we've seen liches and beholders, we've seen ale by the flagon." And he's trying to write the next verse.
What's a beholder?
"You don't want to know, mate," says the half-orc Eddie.
Guessing the rhyme will be something to do with a wagon.
He is still writing it at the moment. So, Arissa, you're asking about a piano?
Yes.
Tommy has a think. No piano on board, no. We've got some bongo drums, though.
Oh god, don't give her bongos.
We've got quite a lot. Like, if you line them all up, we've got the little ones, the medium ones, and the big ones. So they go from like deep to really sort of light and tinny. If you line them all up, you can make a sort of like, you know, maybe like a xylophone of bongo drums.
Percussion isn't really my forte.
And Belgrath says, "Thank God." And what else we got? I know we've got several triangles down there. We've got a guitar or two, probably out of tune by now though. See, really fucks with an instrument. "You're telling me," says Ed, and he's like retuning the guitar. Got some pan pipes, got a flute. Got some weird like snake charmy thing. Looks a bit like a clarinet. That's always fun. No snakes to charm though. But hey, ladies, I'm joking. I wouldn't take liberties like that. Can any of these interest you?
It's amazing. It's amazing how even though we're on a ship, I still heard crickets there.
I'll have a look at that guitar.
Are you stealing the guy's guitar?
I want to see if I can tune it properly.
Alright, excellent. Ed, can you take over steering for me for a sec? Right. And Ed puts the guitar over his back and he takes the wheel. And Tommy says, "Right, you want to yeah, come mate. It's in the hold, but I'll go get it for you. Right." And he nips down onto the deck and quickly jumps into the captain's cabin. He comes back out holding a bottle, a small sort of silvery bottle with some liquid in it, and he is also holding a handful of something in his hand. And he says, right, all set. I will be back in a jiffy. And he shoves something in his mouth and starts chewing. A minute. And he uncorks the bottle, and he very carefully opens the trapdoor and heads down into the hold.
Can I have a look?
Yeah, you can peer down after him, do a perception check.
Yay, perception. No, not a clue. I got a 7.
Okay. You see him light a very small candle when he gets down there, but other than that, it's just in the dark room.
Okay.
He comes back up about 2 minutes later, and he recorks the bottle and blows out the candle, leaves it down there, and he is holding a guitar. And Risha, he hands it to you, and he shuts the hatch, and he says, there you go, that'll get you started. Let me know if you get it working, we can have a bit of a sing-song. And you notice, as he says this, that his breath absolutely stinks.
Of what?
Garlic.
I love garlic.
I knew you were going to say that.
The question is, does Risha love garlic?
It is quite a strong smell. Like, this is uncooked raw garlic.
And?
Yeah, Gina eats that. She ate like a whole clove of it when she was down here last. It was fucking disgusting.
Wow. I can practically smell it from here.
It was wonderful.
There is actually a ball of yarn on the ship if Needles wants to play with it.
He's just looking to see what he can find.
Okay.
It'll keep me
Actually,
swimming.
Needles, if you want to roll a perception check, you can do while you're having a look around. And Arissa, you can just do a performance check to tune this guitar up. Aw, Needles, you're on a ship and there's loads of water around it.
He goes and looks into the water again. It seems to be
That
the most
guitar
interesting thing.
That guitar is so tuned. It's like the best it's ever been tuned for ages. It's amazing.
She just
She
doesn't,
immediately starts busting out Stairway to Heaven.
she doesn't even have proficiency in it. I mean, it's close enough to a lute, right?
Yeah, sure.
Sweet.
Okay. So, your first evening passes fairly uneventfully. You guys sit around on the deck, food is brought out, they do like a sort of big picnic, they lay out a big blanket and everyone sort of sits around, they bring out torches. Jollyboat sings you a song, and I'm not going to share songs with you right now because we'll all get distracted listening to them midstream, but I will send the links to you later and I'll also use them next week so the whole group can hear them. But they are starting to write a new song, and it's all about some of the monsters that they have heard of or fought or seen, and some of the lyrics go along the lines of we could sing you songs of monsters found in dark foreboding pits, but tonight we're going to sing about the monsters that are just a bit of shit. And the first song they sing is, the owlbear is mighty, its ferocity's renowned. You can't sneak attack an owlbear because its head spins right around. And what else? Needles, meanwhile, is dancing to this.
Barricaded owlbears.
Oh no, Arissa's off again. Oh no.
I'll kill everything.
Can I just pling one string of the guitar, trying to distract her from the being sad?
Sure you can.
Pling.
She kind of looks and just like, I wish I had a guitar tiny enough for you.
Very very much enjoying the the image that Veritas has just sent.
Yep.
Love it.
I'm enjoying
Hurry
it.
up!
Hell yeah! They also sing about a beholder is an eye with eyes. It's deadly in a fight, but it's easily defeated if you just turn out the light. And then they stop and they go, oh no, wait, it's got dark vision. Shit, rewrite. And thus it continues for the rest of the evening. Arissa Sprout's pony is. Arissa's just turning into a little cartoon character right now. It's going to be great. Oh, Arissa is so Pinkie Pie right now. It's beautiful. Anyway, so the evening passes, and would you like to sleep in your hammocks and beds, or would you like to sleep on the deck, on the blankets, and do some stargazing with Tommy and Ed?
Stargazing.
Yeah, I might stargaze for a bit before heading to my hammock.
Oh, okay. Pinkie Pie is the ultimate bard. She is like the epitome of what every bard wishes to be but fails to be.
Yeah, basically.
Alright, so I'm going to say everybody except for Kess falls asleep on deck. Although Kess might come out because it's dark. And you guys hang out, you watch the stars, you hear the seagulls squawking, you hear Perry, and Tommy and Ed both shout, "Night, Perry!" Ah! And you drift off to sleep, and you wake up the next morning refreshed. The two brothers are already awake. You can smell breakfast. I keep forgetting that Varric's not with you because normally there's someone who goes every time I mention food. It's really odd. But yeah, they're at the wheel singing and practicing again. You guys get fed breakfast. Needles is snoring. Could everybody, as you start to wake up, can you do another constitution check for today, please?
Righto. Oh crap.
You're gonna have to start adding to your character sheet that you're seasick, Belgara.
Yeah. Like, Belgraph is not having a good time on the open water.
Belgarath takes one sniff of breakfast, stands up from his hammock and goes, "No." And could you do me a dexterity check, please? Oh, sorry, with disadvantage.
Yep, I remember, with disadvantage.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay, dexterity check, yeah?
Yeah, please.
Wait, did everybody have to roll a constitution?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Constitution.
Alright, Belgarath wakes up, smells breakfast, for a second goes, "Ooh, bacon." And then sits up, gets out of his hammock, the world starts swaying. No. And you guys all see Belgarath fling open the cabin door and start to run towards the edge of the ship. However, he trips, doesn't quite make it, and ends up throwing up on the deck.
Lovely.
Sorry.
I'm descended of the fire dragon blood. I'm not meant for water.
From the looks of it, Errol doesn't even make it that far.
Yep. And Errol and Arissa are already on the deck. Needles is still snoring and he sort of wakes up like feeling fine. Varric takes one look at Belgarath throwing up and immediately also throws up. And Arissa looks at both of them throwing up and then immediately has to control her own gag reflex. So, like, it comes up, but you manage to sort of cough it down again.
Ursula's got a good gag reflex.
Yay.
I was going to say...
From all those demon boys.
Hey.
I'm too sick to make that joke about the gag reflex.
Wow, he really is sick, guys. So yeah, Needles, you start to wake up and you feel fine. Pretty much everyone around you is being sick. Arissa's looking a little bit green, but she's okay. A couple of the normal crew members come out and they just sort of swab the deck and give you a pat on the back. You and Ariel are both offered seasickness tablets.
Yes.
Alright.
I instantly take one.
Okay. You can take seasickness tablets. Ariel, you get patted on the back by Needles, so a massive hand almost swats you out of the air.
Does
Belgrath,
that mean is that before I take the seasickness tablet?
I'm gonna say just before, yeah.
In that case, I just assume that there goes the rest of the breakfast.
Yeah, probably. Belgarath, would you like to also take the seasickness tablet?
I think that would probably be a good idea, yes.
Okay. In which case, the two of you no longer have a disadvantage on dexterity, but you do have a disadvantage on charisma because you're now a little bit groggy.
Oh, what?
Sorry.
No, that's my main stat!
Sorry.
You bitch!
Do I have that as well?
You can take the tablet if you want. You haven't thrown up, so you haven't been offered one, but you can ask for one and I'll give you one.
Okay, that's fine. Now I'm good.
Oh, fucking character knowledge.
Anyway.
I thought it was just something that was applied to all of us, but it's not.
No, if you haven't been sick, they won't offer it to you because you seem okay.
Yeah.
But you were excluded from this and you accepted that?
So, those of you who are able can have some breakfast, sit around. The boys are currently strumming and working on another song, and it goes along the lines of got no eye, I use my hook to poke my face. Pa-pa-pa poke my face, pa-pa poke my face. Mama. All real lyrics, guys. All real lyrics.
Were the lyrics from that song inspired by that joke that I think I told you once?
No, I don't think so. These are all actual Jollyboat lyrics.
No, I know that. I was just wondering if they heard the same joke.
I don't know. Maybe.
You know the one about the pirate who comes home with a peg leg, a hook for a hand, and an eye patch.
I vaguely remember. What's the punchline?
Basically,
This is
he
the
lost
episode
his
for
foot. He lost his
nautical-based humour.
yeah. He lost his foot, lost his hand, and then the guy asks him how he got the eye patch, and the pirate says, "Well, he was up on deck. A seagull flew over and pooped. It landed in his eye." The bartender says, "What? You lost your eye to a bit of poop?" And the pirate says, "No, that was the first day I had the hook."
I like that.
Oh god.
If anyone else can think of any pirate jokes or wants to Google any, by all means, this is the episode to use them up. So, Needles is bopping along to the music and eating some breakfast. The rest of you can choose to eat or not. The morning passes uneventfully. C or R.
If you do both, it's no fun. It's
know,
it's
right?
used to
It's my favourite joke! What's the pirate's favourite letter? R! No, my first love be the C. My favourite joke. My favourite joke.
I stole it.
Yeah, I know. Thief! Tiny pixie thief. So, after the morning, could you all please do me a perception check?
Give me 1 minute. I'm just typing a pirate joke.
Oh dear.
I like how it's now the one good human.
Yay! You noticed.
Right, perception check. Yes.
Yes. Oh, is it a crew neck?
No.
Oh, I was feeling really clever. What is a pirate's favourite kind of sweater?
That is quite a good answer. That is quite a good answer. But no, a pirate's favourite kind of sweater is argyle.
Oh my god.
What?
An argyle sweater.
Never heard of it.
Google it. Anyway, I got natural 20
No.
on perception.
He's like, no! I refuse to Google your stupid sweater. Okay, so that's 15 for Risha, an 11 for Needles, turtleneck for Ariel, and a 20 for Belgrath.
Turtleneck barrel.
It's okay.
I rolled a-
I know you got a 26, don't worry. It's fine. Alright, so, with this, everybody except for Needles, you're just having a look around, and you notice further up in the water, probably about a mile or so ahead, you see a lot of little white waves breaking, and you can see flashes of fins and sort of bluey green colours. Needles, you only spot this when Ed points ahead and puts down the guitar for a moment to shout, "Ah! That be the merfolk! I wonder if they'll put on a show for us and do some dancing in the waves."
Oh, that'll be nice.
Can I pet them?
I'd ask their permission first. They have been quite friendly to us in the past, so I wouldn't like to answer for them, but by all means ask.
Are we close enough yet that asking would make any sense?
You're about a mile away.
Then I assume not. Unless...
Yeah, Needles, you finally see it. There's like little, it looks like big fish that are flipping around about a mile ahead in the water.
I still have 2 guys. Oh wait, that was a long rest, right? That last nap.
Yes.
Nice. I am so debating just asking them already.
I'm gonna wave at the merfolk.
Okay. You wave ahead at the merfolk, and you see a lot of tails flicking, and you see some pirouetting. And over the next sort of 15-20 minutes, you get closer, and the ship is surrounded by probably half a dozen. They're sort of flicking around in the water. They are about to say flying. They're not. They're swimming underneath the ship and coming up on the other side and doing like a little pirouettes, and they're sort of bouncing over each other and doing twirls and things.
Okay, that's nice.
Can I fly down to the water, or would I then lose the ship? Like, would it sail away without me?
Well, the merfolk seem to be going alongside the ship, so if you kept an eye on it and you stayed with them, you'd probably be able to stay with the ship.
In that case, I want to fly over to the one that's closest and just, like, ask if I can, like, pet them.
Okay. Do a persuasion check.
Okay. 18.
Okay. Who would you like to go up to? You've got 2 sort of younger looking ones that are maybe kids. You've got one who looks like maybe a leader or some sort of chief, and you've got a couple who look sort of grown up.
I'd like to go towards the one that looks like the elder, like the chief. And also, I'd not like to say it as simple as petting them, but my mind forgot how to put it more eloquently.
Okay, so sorry, you went a little bit fuzzy. Which one did you want to go to?
The elder.
The elder,
Like
the one
the
who
chief
looks
one.
like they're the chief. Okay, cool.
Yeah, and then be slightly more diplomatic than just, hey, can I pet you?
So more like, hello, may I touch you?
May I get your permission to touch?
The potentially leader, or just very posh, member of the merfolk is... What language are you speaking?
First I'd try common.
Okay.
And if that doesn't work, I'd repeat it in primordial.
Okay, they will not understand that, but you catch their attention with the common, and they turns to face you. Bluey green skin, curved in tiny little scales that are like almost glittery. Purpley blue hues in the hair, which is an odd combination of humany hair and like scales, and very webbed. No eyebrows, big dark eyes with white pupils, and long arms with elongated fingers, and again webbed and everything, and then some clothes over the top, and a big like tail with little pronged spikes on it. And up the sides of their arms, they've got little sort of spikes as well. Quick munchies! I approve. The merfolk turns to you, here's the common, and starts to reply, saying, "Well, I would prefer that you didn't." And then pauses and leans in and takes a good look at you and sniffs really hard, like a dog that's just smelled sausages on the air.
Oh, she gonna eat him. She gonna eat him.
And she draws back in the water a second, and her eyes flash red, and she cries something to the rest of the merfolk in this weird, like, screechy language that you don't understand, unless any of you speak Aquan, but I don't think you do.
Nope.
No, I do not.
Alright, you guys on the ship hear this too, and you notice that the other merfolk have immediately stopped dancing and pirouetting, and their eyes have all flashed glints of red.
Can I cast Comprehend Languages, please?
Yes, you may. On yourself.
Yes.
Okay. You didn't hear the first bit, but you hear the second screech, which was aimed at one of the other merfolk, who's on the other side of the boat with the two younger ones, and they say, "Take the children home." And two of the older merfolk seize the arms of the two younger ones, and they immediately dive down under the water and disappear. They do not wave, and they do not do any particular tail flicking. And you now have two merfolk, the one who looks like the leader and another one. And Ariel, what are you doing?
Cheese it. Cheese it.
She is being intimidating, right?
Yes.
I pixie dust her so that she levitates out of the water, and then I fly away.
Okay. Okay, your pixie dust has no effect.
Damn it!
Oh.
In that case, I just bolt.
Alright, are you going back up to the ship?
Yep, and I hide behind the human.
Oh, you know it's terrible if it's something like that.
So I'm now I basically sort of fly over and just drop behind her shoulder.
I'm imagining kind of tucked in
Yeah.
there.
Okay.
Yeah, sort of like looking through strands of hair.
Okay. You guys hear more screeching. Arissa, you hear the leader shouting to the other one, saying, "New people." And then you hear, "Who? I do not know. There's evil here." Evil on
Say
this ship? Yes. But never before. Here now. And they start converging, the two of them, one on either side of the ship, and they've got their spears raised.
Okay, so it seems like they believe that there's evil on this ship now.
Oh, good. Well, that's just peachy keen.
Is it Cass?
Hasn't her alignment changed?
Yeah, Cass's alignment is okay at the moment. She's sort of neutral.
Yeah, but I don't know that.
Oh, you guys have worked that out by now.
Okay. No, in that
She's
case,
been
okay.
behaving a little oddly, and I think she complained about it as well.
Oh yeah, fair.
Well, I know it ain't me. I mean, I might be chaotic, but I'm still good.
It might be the death boxes.
I'm pretty sure corpses are unaligned.
Yeah, but if they're alive, they aren't unaligned. I mean, I died before and I'm still good.
This is true. Wait, when did you die?
Quite some time ago in a jar. Long story.
Alright, we'll be hang on, need to get my Belgrath boy.
Arissa would be looking at him, but because he's tucked behind her hair, she's just kind of like blinking at her shoulder.
She's now chasing her tail, basically trying to look at him.
Well, okay, so
It's not quite
Yeah,
that
back-
stupid.
Not
back into my boat,
quite.
boys.
That would be
We'll be
needed.
talking about that later. In the meantime, Captain, where are you?
Hi! Shout both Ed and Tommy at the same time.
Which one is it?
Who gives a crap? Captain, apparently the merfolk believe that you're carrying something evil on this ship. Is there something here that wasn't here before, not including us?
They sort of give a sideways look at each other. I mean, nothing we should be worried about. I don't get it. The merfolk have always been super friendly to us before now.
Yes, well, now you're carrying something which they're sensing as evil. So if there's something that you're bringing over that you haven't before, maybe this is the time to get rid of it.
That might be harder.
Because if you look
than,
over there, the merfolk aren't looking so friendly anymore.
No, that's definitely right. And Tommy sort of waves at them, the little halfling. Hey guys, we're still writing that song. If you're interested, and Arissa, you hear back. Everyone else hears another screech. Arissa, you hear back a screech in Aquan, which says, "Not them." And you hear in common, everybody, "Not you." No, not us. We know we're cool. We still got our banter. So we're okay, right? Us and you were still good. Yes, fool. Right. So it's just what we're carrying that's the problem then. We can't do much about it. It's only going to be this one trip. Throw overboard. Let us destroy. See, that might be a bit of a problem, because we made promises to certain people, and we have to keep certain promises. It's a land thing. You might not understand. We're really sorry, but we can get out of your hair. We can travel as fast as we like over this bit. And this conversation carries on for a while of him trying to convince them, and them not really agreeing. They have spears raised, and sure, you can fly up and speak to the half-orc if you like.
Okay. In that case, I'll just ask him, so these things are murdering us because something you're bringing. What the fuck are they talking about?
Ed sort of scratches his long hair and his tusks, and I can't be 100%, of course. We were just asked if we could carry the cargo. Very precious, very expensive, needs time to rest and recuperate, and once we get to Risha, we get a lot of money. It'll really set us up for our tour. We're thinking of getting our own airship and being, pirates of the sky.
So you're not gonna give me an answer. Maybe I should just go take a look.
I wouldn't recommend it. I really, really, really wouldn't recommend it. We were told strict instructions. Just put them down there and let them rest.
So you're saying that it is alive?
I can neither confirm nor deny that.
Can I actually insight that?
Sure.
15.
He seems uncertain. He's not lying to you, but he's very unsure.
Could I attempt to persuade him to see reason?
Sure.
Could I, in the meantime, sneak off?
Can I join in on that?
Sure. Arissa, you want to try and persuade as well, so then Belgraph, do yours with advantage.
Should I
Okay,
roll
cool.
persuasion as well?
Yeah, can do.
Should I just roll one then? Because I was doing charisma checks with disadvantage before, if you remember.
Yeah, in which case, do it just normally and then add her charisma. No, not charisma, sorry, her inspiration.
What's her inspiration?
It'll be, is it 1d6 you've got, or have you got
No,
extra?
I'm just rolling persuasion.
Oh, okay, you're just doing it as well. In which case, yeah, between the two of you, Belgrath, just roll a normal persuasion.
Okay.
Okay. What are you trying to persuade them to do?
Tell us the truth.
Well, A, tell us the truth, but also realise that, you know, all the money in the world isn't much good to them if the merfolk kill us all.
Okay. Needles, can you roll a dexterity check for me, please?
Dexterity check or dexterity save?
Dexterity... save.
There you go.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Needles.
Don't fall off the ship, mate.
Okay. Okay. Needles, you take 6 points of damage as one of the merfolk's spears hits you in the arm.
Well,
Don't-
that's escalated quickly.
And then gets retracted on like a big line of like seaweed, and it hits you, makes impact, and then gets pulled straight back out and back into the hand of the merfolk. Meanwhile, you
Oh god,
guys...
they've got friggin' harpoons.
Meanwhile, you guys who are by the wheel, talking to those two, you are trying to persuade them to tell you the truth and to do things. Ariel, you can do a stealth check, but it'll be with disadvantage because they're now keeping an eye on you.
Okay, but I'm normally I get advantage on all stealth. So is that then a normal stealth roll?
Yes.
That's
Needles, the nearest person is one of the crew, like a gnome member of the crew. Oh, you found out to do gnome tossing.
I'll look that up.
Yeah, you can do the stats for that. It'll be slightly negative because you don't have their permission to throw them.
I don't think that's going to be too much of a problem.
Yeah,
for
that'll be
Needles.
fine.
there's also rules for unwilling gnome toss in the
Yeah.
gnome tossing guidelines that he
Yeah.
posted.
Okay, Errol, you do manage to sneak off unseen. Meanwhile, Tommy and Ed are sort of looking at each other. Right, it was mostly the money, I'll admit. We're going on tour, we need a lot of setup. We're a new band, people aren't really going to know who we are. We want to hit the Fringe Festival soon, down in Warson. But the thing is, we were approached by a correspondence. It was a letter came, and it just said that we were to transport these two items and the persons inside them, and we were not to disturb them, and we were to give them safe passage, and upon their distribution to Risha, we would be paid a rather substantial and handsome fee. We did, of course, inquire further, but we weren't really told a great deal else, and I'm not going to lie to you, the money was very appealing.
I'm going to be switching from persuasion to intimidation now.
Okay.
Basically, you're going to get all up in his shit, pop a fireball in my fist and say, you're trying my patience now. And I'm getting to the point now where either
Which
whatever
one,
you're
the
clapping is going
halfling or
up...
the half-orc?
Sorry, say again.
The halfling or the half-orc?
The half-orc.
Okay, cool. Good to know. Carry on.
Yeah. So I'm just going to say, try my patience now. It's getting to the point where I'm either going to be tossing your cargo over, or I'm going to be seeing what those merfolk think of roast orc for breakfast.
Do keep in mind... Oh wait, I'm not there.
Okay, have you rolled your intimidation?
No, am I doing it with disadvantage still?
If it's still charisma, then yes.
Righto.
Sorry, seasickness. Yeah, don't burn the ship. God.
I wouldn't burn the ship, I'd only burn him. Anyway,
No.
hang on, need to work this out. I got a 19.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. The half-orc fingers his guitar a little and says, "Look, we didn't ask. We only have our suspicions because of the precautions we were advised to take should we have to be near the items. We were advised to carry holy water about our person and to make garlic our preferred condiment.
Oh my god, you're transporting vampires.
Given this information, we have also been led to believe that they may be vampires, yes.
Right, well, I'm going down below deck. Whatever the merfolk do to you, that's on your back. I'm going back to bed.
Arissa feels a bit weird about the mention of vampires.
Yes, Arissa does.
Wait, does that
What?
carry over between them?
This is a good question.
It does a little bit, yeah. Arissa has a sudden flash of
I know things.
vampires, and she suddenly thinks, I think I know a little bit. You don't know, like, out of character wise, you do not have a nickname. You do not have a reputation, but you can tap into that font of knowledge. And just starting to think about it, you start to remember fighting some vampires, and you can see them in the dark and what they did, and yeah, you feel like, I might know some of this. I'm not sure how I do, but it's there.
Huh. Arissa just looks very confused for a few minutes.
Okay, Needles, roll for your attack, please. Belgarath, are you going to bed?
I'm going to start moseying in the direction of the stairs.
Okay, in which case they will get an attack advantage. So, could you please do a dexterity save, Belgarath?
Oh, god damn it.
Okay, and a 17 hits you, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Belgarath, you take 4 points of damage from a spear to the ankle. It doesn't go all the way
bloody
through.
hell.
Hang on.
It doesn't go all the way through, it just sort of penetrates and then gets whoosh, pulls back again.
Ow! Well, that is not a lot.
Needles, you have hit. Do you want to do your gnome damage?
Yep. I just realised I was missing some of the buffs, so
Okay, we'll add them to your damage if they are appropriate
Yeah.
to add to the damage, because you definitely hit, so don't worry about the maths for that one.
No
While you're
problem.
doing your maths,
I'm going to presume that would just count as a what do you call it? Improvised weapon.
yes.
Should we roll?
Right.
Should we roll for initiative? Because I think we've entered combat at this point.
Well, I'm trying a new thing with the combat where we don't do it specifically to initiative because it feels quicker. I tried it with the Tuesday party and it's a bit slicker to just jump from whoever's deciding and then you can group people.
Okay, but you know that might not work in regards to some people might not get a go.
Oh no, you do get a go. Don't worry.
It's initiative, but without rolling the dice to get initiative. It's just
it's initiative, but if someone was doing it works for itself. It's fine. I may get you to roll
I'm
it
skeptical,
in a minute.
but okay.
I may get you to roll it in a minute, but just for the moment because you're just starting to do things, and yours wasn't so much an initiative thing as they got an attack of opportunity because you moved.
Oh no, I understand that. I just think, you know, now that we all seem to be getting involved with fighting, we should probably declare this an actual combat.
Is there the issue though of me having snuck into the hold?
Yes, I'm going to do that first, and then we'll do your actual combat. So
Okay.
Needles, just roll your damage for that and add that in. Meanwhile, Ariel, so you've snuck into the hold, you've flown down through the metal grating again. You can see all the barrels and carpets and different things. Are you lighting your way?
Yes. Also, can I use that Congress of Shadows spell on Needles?
Sure.
Ask him to open the grate. I'm specifically asking him to open the grate to the hold.
Okay. So, Needles will get that message in his head, asking him to open the grate to the hold. I'll let him do his maths and then decide what he's doing with that. Ariel, what else would you like to do while you are down there?
I want to pixie dust the 2 coffins.
Okay.
I want to fly him out of the hold through the, hopefully by then opened grate.
Okay, your pixie dust only works on one of them.
Yeah, I want to do them one by one.
Okay, well, one of them resisted it. One of them it will work on.
Oh, nice. In that case, I'll float that one out.
Okay, we'll have
And
to
just-
wait and see what Needles is doing.
Sorry, Needles is working out just what weapon a gnome actually classifies as.
Improvised thrown, depending on size, I assume.
I mean, if you want something simple, I'll do it as like 2d6 damage for throwing a
Okay.
gnome for now, and we
'Cause-
can always look it up because there was a screenshot you shared, but I haven't got it on my phone right this second.
It doesn't actually have the damage on that, it's just a
Ah,
range.
okay.
That's why I was looking it up. So what, 2d6?
Let's do 2d6 for now, and we'll probably
Yeah.
add to it.
The main reason I was looking is because he was also raging. So I had to double check before I started adding all these rage damage on it. Which I think is another d6. I don't play barbarians very often.
Needles is rolling more dice than his intelligence score.
I probably, out of character, don't really want to know how much health the gnome has because
You're gonna murder him by throwing him at someone.
possibly. Rage. Here we go.
Also, just so you guys are aware, I am updating the Jollyboat community on your actions, and they have replied with, if they want to kill Ed and Tommy, they'll have to fight the rest of the Jollyboat fan base. And our one of the person has said, my most recent character creation was a cosmic level superhero, so good luck.
I'm going to take this opportunity to say something to the Jollyboat community. I have had no part in the throwing of the Jollyboat crew overboard. In fact, I've had little part in combat in general. I think if you're transporting vampires, it's up to you to pay the piper, quite frankly, but I was not involved in throwing you overboard.
No, he was just sitting there and enjoying the songs. It was great.
Erisa is like best friends with them now. Even with the whole vampire thing, she's like, meh, you're bards, I like you.
Also, yes, the ocean does count as running water.
Push them in the ocean.
Also, is it daytime or nighttime?
It is daytime. It is probably the height of noon. The sun is hot in the middle of the sky.
This is like the worst time for vampires to come out. Get
Yep.
them out.
I'm working on it. As soon as Needles just rolls all of those millions of dice of damage.
It's more what the end result will look like. So why is it not playing? Oh.
Isn't it at that point just assume that it's lethal and just see what comes of it?
4, 5 plus 2. Finish on that. You gain a bonus.
I hope you're happy.
Oh,
I've
right.
now put gnome tossing in my notes for today's session.
There you
Need
go.
to stop tossing them.
So damage is that plus that plus that plus his strength. Sorry, math is not my strong point right now.
If you type them out, I can math for you.
Oh, just so everyone is aware, several of our players, including the marvelous Needles, have just come back from an epic LARP event. It's called Marked, yes?
Yeah.
Yep.
So is it called like Mark School of the Gifted, or is it just Marked?
Let me have a quick squiz.
But it's basically this awesome event in the UK where they go to basically a X-Men type school. They stay in this massive like mansion house and do crazy things with their characters, and it's insane and beautiful and amazing. And if anyone listening to this wants to get involved, you can chuck us a message or look things up. We are going to so many LARP events between all of us that you can all come and meet us, meet your heroes, and also please come to events because they are brilliant.
And you could get the chance to actually join in on some D&D with us then.
Oh, hell yeah. The last NPC we got who joined in enthusiastically ended up playing a duck. It was great.
Nice.
Bill the duck.
Bill the duck.
Count
Count
Duckula.
Duckula, Bill the duck. So, you know, it's only uphill from here, guys. You meet us and that's it. You're in the Quackers Club. It's great.
The Quackers.
Run for your
So,
life.
17
Don't listen to him.
Wow, that's a decent amount of damage you did to that poor merfolk. Alright, so the gnome toss has happened. Needles, you then hear Ariel's voice in your head saying to lift the grate into the hold. So there's a big sort of metal grate which gets lifted up when they transport goods and things. So you're being asked to lift that up.
So he'll run over, try to rip that off, and continue throwing it at the merfolk.
Oh, awesome. Do me a strength check.
Yep. Can do.
So the update I've given to the community is my players discussed killing the Jollyboat brothers and stealing their ship. Also, they tried to steal instruments from the hold.
I'd say no, we didn't.
That's part 2 of the plan. That's not yet done.
Arissa asked permission. I'll have you.
Arissa asked permission. Someone else, you know.
So that's 21
I
strength.
didn't steal anything yet.
No, you wanted to though. You wanted to. Okay. 21.
Still working on that.
Okay. So you hear a big all of you, and Needles has lifted the grate up to the hold. You hear Ed and Tommy calling from up by the wheel. That's not a good idea. I would no. And they're both like over the edge, trying to calm down the merfolk as well, who aren't actually attacking the Jollyboat brothers, but they are like having a backwards and forwards like shouting match at the same time. Okay. You guys notice a coffin come floating up out of the hold. It's a little awkward because it's longer than the hold is, and it sort of starts tipping about. Could everybody roll me a perception check?
Me too?
See, this, Rosie, this is what I'm kind of talking about with regard to initiative, because it's been quite a long time since I got hit by the harpoon, and I haven't done anything since then.
Yes, because I've been focusing on what he's been doing at the bottom. You're going to roll initiative next. You need to
perception,
hear this
yeah?
first. Yes, you need to hear this first. Well, if you can hear this first.
23.
I don't think Arista does.
So Arissa and Needles don't notice.
Of course.
Ariel does. Varric does as well. Not Varric. Sorry, I read the wrong name. Belgarath. Good God.
Change your nickname.
Ariel and Belgarath. I will do this. It'll be great. Ariel and Belgarath, you guys hear from inside the coffin a screech.
Oh, that's good.
Clawing. I will now say you can roll initiative, so calm your butt down.
I got hit with the harpoon.
I know, but it was an attack of opportunity.
I've been waiting here
Rissa
trying to
doesn't know what's going on, but she's
nothing
ready.
Arissa has no idea what's going on, but she's ready. Yep, that sounds about right. Needles is waving the metal grate over his head, screaming at the merfolk. Yep. Yep.
Pretty much.
Yep. Sounds about right.
Wait, that's not 29 total, that's more.
Okay.
I think it's safe to say you're fair.
Okay, so Ariel,
Bloody hell.
Arissa, Merlida.
Is it just the one
Belgarath.
vampire?
No, there's 2 of them at the moment. The rest of them took the children away.
No, the vampires.
There's only one vampire coffin that's out at the moment, but as far as you're aware, there's another one down there.
Okay.
Okay, so the combat order is going Ariel, Orisa, one of the merfolk, Belgarath, Needles, and the second merfolk. So far, Ed and Tommy are not joining in with the combat. They are attempting to calm down the merfolk. They are offering to sing songs. And they're just trying to calm the situation down. Alright.
The gnome is yelling and the rest is...
Arista's just like, I know this. She's like sitting there like concentrating, like, I know this. Vampires, I know this. Okay, so Ariel, would you like to take your turn? Well, I'll say your turn will be to lift the thing up with the fairy dust and start manoeuvring it around the ship. So Orisa, what would you like to do?
I would like to see if there's any way I can form a stake out of wood.
Sure, you look around the ship and there's various bits of sort of wood that are around the deck. You could change. Yes, thank you very much. You could snap one of them in half and that'll make a sort of potential stake.
Yes, please.
Okay. Just do me a quick strength check to snap the wood in half.
10.
Okay. Very crudely, and you have to like stand on one end and sort of awkwardly, come on, like lever it, like it does eventually snap, and you now have like a foot-long piece of wood in one hand and a too-long, slightly broken piece of wood on the other. So technically you've got a long stake and a short stake.
Nice.
Okay.
Dual wielding!
Alright, so the Mer leader is going next, and they are going to aim at Needles, but that is not going to hit you. So they're Buffy knowledge. Hashtag where's Giles? You guys could do with an archer, actually, that'd be really good. So Needles, a spear goes flying past your head, but as you're waving the grate around, it sort of misses you narrowly. And it sort of goes past and then gets drawn back again. So next up we have Belgarath.
Yay! Getting to do stuff.
It's
right,
only
okay.
been a few seconds in game. Calm your tits.
Really? Is that all?
Yeah. Yes.
Bloody hell. Anyway, so I've just been hit with a harpoon, so taking quite considerable exception to this, which I think is, reasonable.
Yes.
I'm going to run to the edge of the ship in the direction that the harpoon came from, and I'm just going to throw a firebolt overboard. Not really aiming at anything, just sort of in the general direction of the merfolk, just as a, oi, I was on your side, you prick. Run away.
Okay. Can you roll an attack for it, just so that you can aim it so it doesn't hit people? Because if you fuck this up, then you will hit someone.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Well, you'll hit one person.
Say again, sorry.
I said, well, you hit one person because there's one mer person on either side of the ship. So.
Okay. Well, it is a cantrip, so can I not just cast that automatically?
You can cast it, yeah. I just want you to roll. Do just a dexterity, just for your aiming, because if you hit someone, it will cause problems. So you want to try not to hit the person.
Okay, got a 15 dex.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. It doesn't go quite as wide as maybe you were hoping, but it still goes wide enough that this is the Mer leader who hit you, and she sort of like. Looks as this fireball sort of like flies past her and looks up at you and like screeches again. And Orisa, it translates roughly to "Oi!"
Well, I'm just going to shout back. Well, you deserve it. You threw a friggin' harpoon at me. I was saying we should give you the vampires.
You hear another screech.
Orisa?
It translates to overboard, deserve it. It's a very crude language. Needles.
Wait, overboard, deserve it.
Does that mean they want the vampires overboard because they deserve it? Because Arissa's up for that.
That's the only translation you can get, so potentially that's what they mean, yeah.
Alright.
Meanwhile, Needles, it is your go.
He's going to throw the grate at the one that threw a spear at him.
Okay, that's the other one. Alright, so oh my god, you're doing so many improvised attacks right now. Well, that's cool. It all adds to the fun and the drama of it.
That would be... Actually, it would pre-dex, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Doesn't get a bonus to that, so that'd be a 14.
14. Ooh, that will hit.
Oh god. That's that, and that's...
So, improvisational damage.
Yep.
I'm gonna put it at another, I'm gonna put this one actually at 2d8, unless you can find another thing, because this is a heavy ass metal grate. No, they haven't gone extinct yet, no, but they are pissed off.
So 2d8 plus his rage damage.
Oh god, rage damage.
What'd you go and do that for?
Yep. That would be 15 damage.
Oh, okay, 15 damage. Also, that's the best GIF I think we've shared in this chat so far. I was just looking at that one. That was pretty cool. Alright, so that one's taking damage. Needles has thrown this massive metal thing at it. It smacks the mer person, smacks him straight in the face and knocks him back into the water. And it starts to sink, obviously, being made of metal. And eventually, after a couple of seconds, the mer person comes back up looking dishevelled, and some of the hair around its head is ripped off and things. And the grate is now sinking to the bottom of the ocean. And it's now the second merfolk's turn. And he is going to throw his spear at you, Needles. Does a 15 hit you?
Yes, it does.
Okie doke. In which case you will take... Oh. You take 2 points of damage from a lackluster spear. But to be fair, he'd just been knocked backwards into the ocean by a big metal thing, so he's not throwing his best right now.
That's right. And his rage reduction will drop it by 1, so...
You guys on the deck. Can you do me another perception, please? So that is everybody. Sorry, I was just everyone on the deck. So everyone. Yep, that will be everyone.
So was that perception?
Mm-hmm. Oh yes, Belgarath, you get a bonus 10 hit points and 5 to your armor class because you solved my puzzle.
Oh right, okay.
Sorry, that was
Sweet.
on the Facebook group, but I think because I posted it to you via chat, I don't think you got that. So you can chuck that on now.
Okay. Is that just for this? Is that just for this session, or is it?
No, it's forever.
Nice. Okay. Well then.
And it is up for grabs for anyone else who completes it as well. I'm not going to give you the answers just yet because I'm fine.
Okay, so it's 10 HP
10
and
hit
5.
points and 5 AC. Yeah.
All right. Well then, that first harpoon attack wouldn't have hurt me, but okay.
Sorry about that.
It's fine.
It's fine. Sorry, yeah, I forgot I hadn't included that when I told you the message. Okay, everyone who got over 10, sorry, Needles.
He's busy throwing shit.
Everyone who got, yeah, you're busy, you're raging, you're screaming and shouting, it's great, it's fine. On the Jerry Springer show, brilliant. I only just saw that and realised what it was, sorry. Everybody else, you hear 2 things. You hear the lid of the coffin that is hovering in the air at Errol's fingertips smash open. It doesn't open with a creak, it is smashed open, the board's broken, 2 arms come out, pale with elongated long red painted fingernails, and you hear a cry as something is climbing out of it. You also hear a response from down in the hold, and an unearthly, deathly male voice shouts, "Sister!" And you hear huge noise coming from in the hold. Alright, so back to the top. So, Ariel!
Oh my god, it's teenage emos.
Radiant damage.
So, Ariel, what would you like to do? Oh, he may be off.
Oh, hang on, was that Needles?
No, that was Ariel, because he's
Ariel,
muted,
yep.
so he might be quickly doing something.
Sorry.
Oh, no, that's okay, I just wanted to check that you weren't away. Yeah, Ariel, what would you like to do?
I do that other thing that the human called for. I push the
Push from the
coffin.
ocean.
I push the coffin off, and then I stop producing pixie dust, so that it
Okay.
falls into the ocean.
Okay, you're gonna make the coffin fall into the ocean, alright.
Preferably with whatever's inside as well.
Okie doke, I'm just rolling their save for that. Alright, cool.
If they do, they're in broad daylight as well.
I know. Alright, so, Ariel, you send the coffin flying over the edge of the ship, and then literally click fingers and it stops, and it starts to fall. The creature inside, which has long white hair and a sort of neo-Victorian-y dress, is now sort of half standing up to get out of the coffin, and you can hear burning and sizzling, and you can see smoke coming from the skin and the eyes completely red and orange over. You can hear a scream, and as the coffin drops, the creature turns into like a black mist and shoots up into the sky, and then still burning. It gets like halfway up into the sky, probably about 30 meters up, and then transforms back into a vampire again and drops down onto the deck. And I won't tell you how much, but takes a shit ton of damage in the meantime. It appears weakened in both the daylight and the recovery state it's in, and cannot sustain its like gas-like form a great deal.
So now it's on the ship, right?
Yep, it's on the ship.
Is it corporeal?
Yes.
You'll know what I'm going to do to it when it gets around to my turn.
Arissa, I'll go to you. What would
I'm gonna stab it in the heart.
Alright. Go for it.
Subtlety.
Roll me a... Oh, Troy. Sorry, just doing something really cute.
Roll me an R, Troy.
Roll me a Troy. Yeah.
What dice is that on?
He is very good at rolling. He can roll. Good boy. Roll.
Not 20 at all time.
Hello. The voice in the sky is talking about Troy. Yeah, Arissa, roll me an attack, please, for that. It would just be like melee, so treat it as like a dagger attack.
Okay, cool. So I get my attack bonus on that. Not that I do well.
Ooh, okay. Alright. Arissa runs across and goes to stab this creature. However, I won't make you roll perception for this because it'll be fairly obvious. The female creature brings her hands up to stop the impact, and at the same time, from the hold, an explosion of sound comes even closer, and running out onto the deck, another creature dives on top of her and smacks away your hand, Arissa. And this is a male, shockingly white hair as well, wearing like ripped up clothes, and he's now like lying across the other vampire and has like battered the stake away.
Let me guess, does he have a really long coat, and does he also have a katana?
No, he doesn't.
Oh wow, okay.
He's got like a like black sort of like ripped up shirt and the fantasy equivalent of like not quite jeans but something that's sort of like casual but like he's all ripped up. He's like torn to shreds. He looks like he's been through like a million bramble bushes. Okay, we're cutting
Tuxedo vampire.
Tuxedo vampire. Merlida, and he's going to take an attack again. Oh, well, nope, never mind. A spear flies out onto the deck, but amidst all the chaos, it doesn't impact on anything and gets drawn back into the water. Again, you can hear more screeching, and Orisa, you can hear. Yeah, he does look like he's been top topic. He literally does. Orisa, you hear this screech, and it translates to tie them up and throw them overboard. And it's directed to Ed and Tommy.
Tie who up? I ask them that.
Are you asking the merfolk?
Yeah. Please save the vampires.
They shout back, "You."
Excuse you.
You heard.
Belgraph.
Belgraph, it's your turn. Orisa, you can carry on telling me stuff.
She's just like, God.
Wait, hang on. Did I hear that right? Did the merfolk want us to tie up Orisa and throw her overboard?
Among many other things, yes, except they're not speaking common, so you didn't hear that. Orisa can translate though, if she chooses to. As part of her go, you can at the end you can like translate what they're saying.
They want to throw me overboard.
Right, okay.
So yeah, Belgraph, it's up to you.
Right, okay, so in front of me I'm seeing what, the female vampire and the male vampire just grappling with Orisa?
No longer grappling. The male vampire has like dived to protect the female and has battered Orisa's hand away. Orisa then listened to some screeching that was going on in the ocean, screeched back, and is now looking very confused and annoyed.
Okay, well, I'm just going to leave them to do that, and I am going to, I think, Scorching Ray the vampires.
She also said that they want her to be thrown overboard. She did translate.
Okay.
Who said what?
In which case, you will have heard that the merfolk apparently. What are you going to translate, Orisa? Are you going to tell them what they said?
Pretty much, just they want me to be thrown overboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh right, okay. Well, we'll sort that out after we dealt with the vampires. How about that?
Okay, Ariel, your pal will get a turn at the top of the next round. Okay.
Nice.
Cool. But yeah, so I'm going to cast Scorching Ray on the vampires.
Okay.
They're within 120 feet, right?
Yes. The whole deck is probably about 90 feet.
Cool. Okay. So, do you want me to? I get 3 rays. Do you want me to roll each of those individually?
Yes.
Okay. So, first one. Is a 25.
Yeah, that will hit. Are you trying
And one
to...
is...
Because you've got 3, so are you targeting 1 at one vampire and 2 at the other? Or are you targeting all 3 at 1?
Yes. I'll target 2 at the male, 1 at the female.
Okay.
Second one is also a 25.
Yep, that'll hit.
And third one is a non-natural 20.
Yep, okay, so you've hit the brother twice and the female once. Do you want to roll your damage just as a whole? You can do it separately if you like.
Yeah, I think I'll do each one separately.
Okay, no problem. Alright, just tell me which one it is and I'll toss it up for both vampires.
Okay, I'll do the one on the female first. That one does 11 damage.
Okay.
And then the 2 on... I'll just add up the 2 that I'm doing on the male one.
That's cool. Yep, give me the total.
That's 4, 5, 6, 7... 14 in total.
14 total?
Yeah.
Okay. Both of them both of them are already burning under the sunlight, and you notice that they're looking very very burnt already. And you remember what Jollyboat said about the pair? Jollyboat said about them needing to rest and recuperate, and they look like they've been in the wars. Like the boy looks like he's been ripped apart and he's covered in crazy stuff. And they look like they've got fresh burns all over their skin already, and this new burning that happens knocks them back. So they're now further away from Arissa, and they have fallen further towards the cabin end of the ship, and they've fallen over backwards. The boy sort of like grabs hold of the girl, and again you hear him shout, "Sister," and she sort of like holds onto his collar as they fly backwards and sort of like slam onto the door of the cabin. So that ends Belgraph's go. Needles. Yeah, sorry.
I think we might not be streaming.
No, we're not.
Oh, we're not. Okay.
Because my computer hasn't been able to cope and it kept going a bit doolally. So at the moment I've been recording and then uploading. But at some point soon we'll be able to, because I will either get a better laptop or the two lovely, wonderful boys are going to start doing it for us, and then they can sort that.
As soon as I've set up all my desk in my new house, I'm probably gonna get a better internet connection as well, and then I'll stream.
Awesome. So yeah, 'cause my laptop is slowly dying a death. So at the moment I'm just recording and streaming. So apologies about that to anyone who wanted to listen to live, but they would end up just getting a garbled bunch of crap. So
isn't that what we give them anyway?
Yeah.
That's exactly the quality content they expect from us.
Yeah. Absolute top-notch quality. It's amazing. Oh, I can't wait for the end of this campaign because it's going to be hilarious. And the second one's going to be amazing too. Alright, so Needles. Oh, God. Alright, it's going to take all of your movement to get there. But I don't like this whole, you can only move 30 feet. It gets very boring very quickly, so fuck it. You can go the whole length of the deck because you're angry and you're pacing. Would you like to grab the girl or the boy? Or to be fair, it'll probably be easier to grab the boy because he's currently shielding his sister.
Yeah, he'll grab the nearest one, so it'll be the boy.
Okie dokie, you're going to have to roll a grapple on that, because he ain't going to be happy with that.
Oh.
Oh, he's not going to like that.
Did it go well? Oh no!
Oh no.
Needles running across the deck. Sorry, I'm just looking at this meme and it's beautiful.
Apparently Needle grabbed his own toe.
I don't know why it reminds me of
like
the IC crowd, but it does.
A natural one at this point has to be Needles slips on something and goes overboard himself.
Well, it could be, except that it will be quite hard for him to go overboard from the middle of the deck. However, he's going to
impossible though.
Not impossible.
It will be one of those overly dramatic falls where he's like, oh, yeah, caught myself. Oh no,
oh, the heat. Oh. Well, Needles.
Oh wait, no, even better.
Yeah.
That's it, Rosie. He runs at the vampire, lunges at him, and then vampire does like a Looney Tunes-esque just sidestep, and he just goes straight overboard.
Yes.
Well, because of where they are, what I was thinking, what I imagined happening straight away, but you can by all means throw in suggestions, was that he went for the brother who bared his teeth at him, pulled his sister out the way, again shouting sister, and sort of sidesteps, and Needles ends up like plummeting himself through the door into your sleeping quarters and is now stuck. So he's like dived through the window bit Stop making my dog wear a bonnet. Take it off. Sort him out. He is not a washerwoman from the 18th century. Goodness sake. Come here, baby. Come here.
That is also funny. And also, who is making Troy wear a bonnet?
Rob,
I assume it's Rob.
He keeps moving his bandana so it goes over his ears and it makes him all sad. He's not a happy dog. Anyway. So.
Don't listen to her, Rob. Follow your dream.
Take a picture.
So, yeah, I'll take a picture of you in a minute. So, do it again and I'll take a bloody picture.
Yeah.
Needles, you are now stuck. You've smashed the glass into the door. Don't let your dreams be. Yes, exactly. You've smashed through the door, like the window bit, and now your back legs are sort of just hanging out over the over next to the vampires, who are sort of looking with elbows raised.
So you've kind of marking this point with that one. I was kind of hoping for a door with a dwarf or a gnome-shaped hole in it. Just like real.
Yes. Nostalgia.
Okay, so Needles, that went very, very well. The second mad person is going to roll. Okay, Arissa, does an 18 hit you? No, that's far too badass to be what Needles just did.
Does what?
Arissa, does an 18 hit you?
Yes.
Okay, you take 2 points of damage because you're
My
sort of
gosh.
half hidden. I think that'll be the thing. You're like half hidden by the wall at the moment. So.
Okay.
Okay.
I assume that was with the harpoon.
Yes, that was with the harpoon, which then gets sucked back over the edge of the ship.
Rude.
I know, it's terrible. So, Murphy, 2 background. Okay, so Ariel, your buddy gets a go.
Can he hold his action until I've done something?
Yeah, sure.
Or is that metagaming?
No, he can hold his action. He can sort of be looking to you for help and advice on what he should be doing. So yeah. So Ariel, we can go round to you. You can go first.
In that case, I cast Flesh Fails,
Okay.
which reduces either the strength, dexterity, or constitution. So it's touch. Can I touch one of the vampires?
You can certainly try.
Yeah, but is it within range? Is more what I mean.
Well, for you, yes, because you can sort of flutter over.
Okay, I'll flutter over and I'll try to touch it, which costs Flesh Fails as my action.
Okay. And does.
What it does is it gives him a -4 penalty to strength.
-4 to strength. Okay. Alright, noted.
And after that, I'm gonna yell Grim, which means that Onyx will in Primordial, of course.
Cool. Alright, so I'll say it's Onyx's go now then, so he can have held his action till then. So cool. What will you like him to do?
Bounce.
Alright, on the male vampire?
On the same vampire that I just tapped on the shoulder, basically.
Again, it'll be much easier to touch the male because he's protecting the sister, so go for it.
Then the
I mean,
male.
devil's advocate here, guys. We don't actually know that these vampires are evil. Just going to put that out there.
Says Belgrath mid-fight.
No, that's not Belgrath. That is Gareth saying that. I'm just putting it out there just in case any of your characters want to realise that. As someone who plays
a vampire at LARP several times, thank you for appreciating that we're not all evil.
Are you now
not
a vampire?
Necessarily evil. Not necessarily evil. I mean, I'm going to need some convincing, but.
Well, let's put it this way: my inner Francis does not tolerate vampires.
Ew.
Your inner what? Sorry.
Francis, my character from Bothwell.
Oh right, yes.
Terrified of vampires.
And demons, if I recall correctly.
And demons.
Yeah, you would not have cared for the past couple runs. There have been a lot of demons present.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why is it always demons? In the infamous words of Apollo Skylar.
Because Bothwell is famous for demons and they're all pretty and it's great. And one of them is my best friend. Anyway, so what's the panther doing? Do you want to roll his attack?
Yeah, the pounce is at 19.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay, that means that it's two things. It's a claw attack, which hits because of the pounce, and that's then. Let me find my D4 real quick. I have way too many dice. Which one is the D?
There's no such thing as too many dice.
He hits for 4 damage plus strength makes 5 damage on the pounce. But that also means that the target must succeed a DC 12 strength saving throw or be knocked prone. And if that happens, the panther will do another attack.
Okie dokie. Rolling. Ooh, nat 20!
Shit.
Sorry.
So then even after the -4, because it's a nat 20, damn
I
it.
can only apologize.
Damn it. In that case, he'll use his bonus action to use the hide action.
What a very, very good idea.
Well, he still only has 12 hit points.
Ah, little cutie patootie. What a very good idea, though, yes. Okay, so. Sorry, just opening too many windows. Ah! Minimize. There we go. Okay, cool. So, Orissa, it's now on to you.
I am gonna go to the side of the deck and towards the merfolk who harpooned me.
Okay.
And I am going to cast blindness.
Ooh. Okay. Does that involve a save or an attack?
It is a Constitution saving throw.
Okie doke. Okay, that's a total of 14.
Spell save DC 15.
Ooh, okay, so you have blinded one of the merfolk.
Rude.
You're the one who did it.
No, they were rude for harpooning me.
Yes.
Oh, right. Yeah, that was a bit rude.
No,
So,
they did that in the gentlest way possible.
At the end of its turns, the creature can make another save. So, at the end of that creature's turn.
Okay, well that one doesn't have a turn for a while.
And it's at the end of its turn, so.
Yeah. No, that's cool. Just gonna roll. Okay, cool. Alright.
It will not blindly fling its thing at us.
Okay, I've just rolled the vampires into combat, and this one now has its turn. So, the brother vampire. Sorry, I'm just writing them in. The brother vampire is like pushing his sister back, occasionally shooting a glance at Needle's flailing legs, as if to sort of keep an eye on where he is. He has his arm across his sister's chest, like holding her as behind him as he can. And he looks to everyone in front of him, which I believe would be Ariel, Orissa, and Belgarath at this point.
Orissa's just yelling.
Orissa's yelling, so it's just Ariel and Belgarath. And he's going to look particularly at you, Belgarath, and say, "Please, we just want to go home."
Wait, why is he talking particularly to me? I was the one that set him on fire.
Well, because it's very hard to make eye contact with a pixie.
This is true.
Logic.
Yep, can't argue with that.
Just to very quickly say, the merfolk screech back evil at you, Orissa.
Is that in common or in
their language again? So they just shout back evil in response to you.
Yeah, but surely we just hear that. We just hear that as.
Yes, you do. So Orissa has heard
Orissa's
this.
speaking in common, but she understands. She can only comprehend languages, so you can just hear Orissa like speaking shit at them and then just getting yelling back.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So
Sorry,
Bothwell and Ariel, you heard Arissa shout, "Why me?" and then a screech back. That was at the same time as this. So, newts. So you have got a male and a female vampire in front of you. By the sound of it, brother and sister. And the brother has flung his arms across his sister to protect her and is saying to you, "Please stop. We just want to go home."
Right, I think we may have gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Are you saying that in character?
Hence the accent.
Excellent.
Doy.
I just thought I'd double check. You know. Alright. He's listening to you. Carry on.
Right. Okay, so the merfolk were shouting something about evil. I kind of assumed that was you, but I'm thinking now that might not be the case.
Don't you start.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out what the fuck is going on here.
Same. They're saying it's me that's evil.
Oh, is that what they're saying? Okay.
Oh, it's just the fact that you're human.
Arissa, you hear them scream again, and they say, "All of you."
Come again for Big Fudge?
They said all of us.
No, you misunderstand. Only she's a human, but this is a good human.
I thought you'd like me.
That's why I say you're the good human.
Well, apparently not.
Well, but I mean, apparently they don't think so.
They
Right.
might see the fact that you're a human still. Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to ask straight now. What makes you think we're evil?
The merfolk shout back, "Sense it all upon you."
Is that in common or do I have to translate?
You're gonna have to translate that.
Yeah, I translate.
What'd she say, sorry?
Sense it.
They said we sense it upon you.
You sense it upon us.
What,
Right,
you
well-
smell it or you can feel it?
Or
Well, I'm interested to know if it is a smelling thing. How exactly do you smell a concept?
we
Taste
operate
it.
with good. We can sense evil in our waters.
Okay,
You're
well, what
not
makes you think
in your
that's us?
water.
The
You're
boats-
passing through our waters.
Needle.
Needles is desperately trying to pull out. Needles, do me a quick strength check. Okay. The two merfolk are going to continue screeching and shouting, and they're going to rise up out of the water, great waves at their feet, and they're raising their spears and bearing down upon the group of you, and they are shouting, "Evil, if you are left, you will destroy us all."
No, just humans again.
And they're raising their spears at you, and
Okay,
they're about to
Pixie, you have got to chill it with the racism.
Well, they deserve it. All humans should burn. Okay, most humans should burn. Most humans should burn.
As you guys are all looking askance, like pantomime style drama, the two merfolk have started throwing their spears. However, before they can reach you, two black puffs of thick smoke burst up into the sky. The two vampires have disappeared, and each has knocked aside a spear and flown straight into the chest of the merfolk and wrestled them back down into the water, and you hear one very distinctive crack Yep. And one of the merfolk's necks is completely snapped round, and they fall back into the water dead. And the other one is lifted high up into the sky and drops down and lands on the water with a huge smack. Takes a shit ton of damage.
Well, this escalated quickly.
And you see a fountain of blood spurt out as a part of the neck of one of the merfolk is ripped out by one of the black pools of smoke, and both black misty forms are now converging upon this merfolk, and the blood is streaming everywhere, and they also fall back into the ocean, and the two bodies sink down and away from the boat.
Okay, what the fuck just happened?
The two puffs of black smoke sort of drift their way down onto the deck and transform back into the vampire siblings, looking even paler, if that were possible. You didn't think it was, but it is. Sort of hanging onto each other and sort of like half collapsed on the deck.
What did you do that for?
Are you saying that to them?
Yes, I'm saying that to them.
Well, they were going to kill you.
We could have talked them around or do something. There was no need for that.
Oh yeah, they both did.
Yes.
Damn.
One of them got exploded. One head turned a 180, so I'm guessing they're not well.
Oh, that's the quote of the evening.
I think all's good with him, actually.
Yeah, I think it was him again.
Needles, you manage to sort of hamster style pull yourself backwards bum first out of the door, leaving like splinters and shards of wood everywhere. And you're still like raging like ah, looking around, and yeah, the merfolk are nowhere to be seen.
Well, since they saved us, maybe we should get them into some kind of shade.
You just watched them murderize two merfolk like it was no big deal, and you want to help them out.
They tried to save us. And besides, they're not human.
Definitely not anymore.
Say again, sorry.
I said they're not human, definitely not anymore.
What, the vampires?
Yeah.
Well, duh.
Well,
That's what Arrow was saying. He wants to help them because they're not humans.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, neither were the merfolk, but, you know, you didn't seem to have a problem with them getting completely annihilated.
Well, they
No,
were
because-
attacking you.
All I asked was to pet them, and they started murdering us.
Needles is running around looking for something to kill.
Anyway, let's get them into some shade.
Fine on your head, dear.
Some of the gnome sailors who are on the ship, very hastily looking at you, Needles, they compile like a big target that's like used for duel practice, and they put it up like next to the mast for you to just sort of like attack.
He'll go and just full rage out attack on that.
Awesome. You destroy it in seconds. So, was anybody... Oh, you two are going to take them down into the hold again?
Yeah?
Yeah? Or we can take them into a cabin, or where are you taking them? Back down to the bottom?
Wherever is shady and close.
I mean, everything's probably equal distance, but the darkest bit, particularly Errol would remember, is the bit where their coffins were, because all the like windows have been blacked out and everything. So you sort of lift up the trapdoor and head on down there, and yeah, they sort of sit huddled, sort of hugging each other close in the sort of dark corner where all the curtains are up.
Firstly, I'd like to apologise for trying to stab you in the heart.
They sort of just look at you and nod.
Okay.
I'm going to reserve apologising for blasting you with fire until I have a bit more information about the whole about all this.
The boy looks up and says, What do you want to know?
Well, first of all, I'd like to know just what the hell is going on. Secondly, why did the merfolk suddenly attack us? That's kind of the main thing that I'm wondering about. And the third, not really important, but kind of a curiosity of mine, is where the hell are you going?
Well, unless we are on the wrong boat, we are headed home to Risha.
Okay, why?
Because we are injured and need to return home. But we cannot cross running water without aid. So here we are.
Okay, well, that's that. So, on to the more important one. Why did the merfolk suddenly start attacking us?
I have no idea. I woke up because I sensed my sister was no longer near me.
I see. Right, okay. Well, anyone else got any questions?
Just imagine everyone being like, no, pretty standard, no.
Right, well, I guess we're just carrying on then.
I suppose I will thank you for sparing us.
That wasn't us. You can thank the crew for that. We didn't actually know you were here.
Well, you could have firebolted me in the face, but you did. The second time.
With him, that was just luck.
Excuse you?
Well, you do seem to have a tendency to firebolt stuff.
Yeah, whenever I firebolt something, I hit stuff that I'm intending to hit. I don't do it by accident when it comes to spellcasting, mate.
That's only with spellcasting then.
Arissa rolls her eyes and just says to you, "Eyes, is there anything I can do?"
No. I mean, we're a little more recovered now. The blood, of course, helped. And he stretches his mouth and his fangs show. Needles appears behind you, sort of like panting off his rage.
I'm gonna ask them.
You're gonna ask what?
I want to know their names.
Oh, okay. Let me just find that page in my notes.
Rosie's just sitting there like, finally!
Well, I wasn't sure to give them names or not because they could very easily have just died in this combat, you know.
It's a good thing you did give them names because then you would have been like, shit.
The first one would have been named Vampiric McBobby or something.
And the other one would have been called Clive.
Yep.
Okay, I will spell these names for you as well. The brother is brother. I am Rux, and this is my sister, Haley.
Your twin sister.
They're not twins.
I was making a Star Wars joke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she would fucking know that would.
No, that's true.
I know Harry Potter and Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, that's about where my fandom stuff stops as well.
Yay. Oh, and Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, obviously, the superior fandom.
Well, obviously.
So yeah, the brother is called Rux, the sister is Haley. They look like they're from maybe different, I want to say periods of time, but it doesn't quite work the same here. The brother looks like a younger vampire.
Okay.
Yeah. They ask all of your names, and I'm assuming you will tell them the truth.
Yeah.
Ariel, do you want to pet Needles, or do you want to pet Ed?
Needles seemed a bit like upset, so I want to pet Needles.
Okay, Needles, would you like to be petted?
He won't really react either way.
Did we do something about all the crew pit members that Needles threw overboard?
There's only one of them, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was there?
Wait,
Yeah.
Needles
He's
threw someone overboard?
He's probably been washed a long way away by now.
Oh man. I feel bad for the poor nameless gnome now, lost at sea.
His name was Gregory.
Needles prick.
Do you say that out loud?
Hey, no, that's not Belgrath. That's me saying it.
That's your Gareth.
Okay, good.
Alright. So, is there anything else you wanted to ask these two while you're down here? It's not a trick question, you don't have to. It's just, if not, I will move along with it.
No, I got nothing.
I've got nothing.
Alright, cool. In which case you leave them down to sleep during the day, and you guys go back on deck. Ed and Tommy are sort of not quite sure what just happened. They didn't catch all of the conversation with the merfolk, and they don't speak it, so they only heard the common. And Ed is hastily saying, shall we add merfolk to the song? And Tommy's like, oh yeah, right, yeah. So, because a lot of people are very tired from their very long weekend and doing things, I will leave you on the note that the vampire siblings are in the hold asleep. You guys clean the deck a little bit. There's some blood splatters everywhere. The crew sort of like cleans it up and things. A lifeboat is sent down, and Gregory is recovered.
Yay!
He has to rest and recuperate, but he is recovered. He takes the rest of the night off. Ed and Tommy, in a desperate attempt to keep the party atmosphere going, say to you all that you're going to have a big picnic banquet for the evening, and music and song and dances shall occur. And you guys, I will leave you early evening, food, songs, and merriment. On board the deck of the ship, Jollyboat, with Needles dancing and eating and drinking. Did anybody have anything particular they wanted to do or say in the evening? Because I can note that down for next session.
No.
I mean, I'll be keeping an eye on the vampires for the time being. Other than that, and actually, I'm going to be I'm going to be keeping an eye on Arissa as well with the whole. Well, I'm going to be keeping an eye on everyone, given that someone is apparently evil.
Apparently, what? Including you.
No, I know I'm not evil.
You just don't know how evil you are yet.
No, I'm all right. I'm pretty chill.
Okay, could you all roll me one final perception check?
Almost.
No.
That one.
Nirvana, then you keep fancy too.
Hang on, let me find my D20. Okay.
Actually, this is with advantage, so anyone with a nat 20, you're fine. Arissa, you can re-roll yours.
Okay, I got a non-nat 20.
I got slightly better.
Bloody Nora. Alright.
Nicely done, hun.
Everybody except Arissa. Very sorry. Arissa, you're distracted by thinking about your knowledge of vampires and how you thought they were evil and now you're not quite sure, and blood spurting and merfolk, and I always thought merfolk were cute, like mermaids and stuff, and
It's the whole vampires aren't necessarily evil. We're going to be over to say Arissa.
A little bit.
She's gonna wake up and be like, oh no.
Oh, God.
What have I done?
Oh god, what have I done?
So well done, team, with your nat 20s. Okay, everyone except Arissa. You hear a very muffled, very familiar voice. I'm very sorry I don't have a recording of this for you, but I made a huge mistake. Oh no! You guys hear a voice, and it is saying that you guys can hear. Again, it's like muffled. It's like it's not like it's behind a door. It's like it's coming through a layer of cellophane or something, like thick cotton wool.
Hmm? How familiar is it?
It is very familiar. You hear, I'm not going to do the voice, it's you hear, must get back through! And it's above you guys. And the three of you who did hear this, look up, and in the air, you see a shimmering figure, two figures in fact, and they have their hands pressed out in front of them. But they're not corporeal, they're almost ghost-like. And you can hear very strong wind roaring. And it's almost as if a tornado were approaching you, but you can't feel any or see any wind. You can just hear roaring winds. And the hands that they've got pushed in front of them, it's a male figure and a tall, beautiful female figure. They've got their hands pressed out as if they're pushing through some invisible barrier to get into the air around you. They are faded, it's like they're behind glass and they're trying to shatter it. The boy and the voice you recognise is Pug.
Dun dun dun!
But then the lady is his sword, I assume.
Well,
I mean,
would Errol have seen that?
No, Errol wouldn't. This is Timo assuming.
I mean, it's got to be it's got to be either the sword or his goddess, right?
Isn't that the same thing?
I was kind of shaky on that whole deal. I didn't know if the sword was just imbued with the goddess's power, if the goddess was actually in the sword.
Well, as far as you know, he went off to rescue her.
Okay, well, go.
And you see them pushing towards you through the air, and they can't break it, and they vanish.
Oh, there we go.
I'll make Enna and Cass roll for that next time, but in the meantime, I will leave you guys on that. So a sort of interesting note for the evening.
Indeed.
So, would everybody like to say Tatty Bear to the recording?
Yes, Tatty Bear to the recording.
Bye!
Bye.
Bye, recording.